In this video, I've got Jay Rott. He's a phenomenal marketer. His specialty is helping business-to-business transactions through LinkedIn. He's also an expert at helping people find their passion and their purpose in their business. Hey everybody, and welcome to 10-Minute Hacks from the Best Marketing Minds. I've got an amazing show for you today. Jay Rott is here. He is an entrepreneur, an inspirational speaker and coach. He has been a strategic brand development expert for a very long time, and he's an amazing marketer, and I'm thrilled to call him a friend. Jay, how are you today?
I'm great. It's a pleasure to be here with you, Michael.
It's a pleasure to have you. Jay, you've got a ton of experience. You've worked with IBM. You've worked with some of the really big companies in this world. And now you've stepped back to really focus on your passions, your own spiritual growth, and a launch called Be More Academy. It's great to have you. Real quick, before we dive right in, a lot of entrepreneurs have a hard luck story, something that pushes them to greatness. What's yours?
Yeah, thank you for this question. Yeah, it was really like a business crash that was also like emotional, financial crash with just a lot of pain compressed into several months. And this happened to me in 2009. Before that, I created my first company, which was kind of creative advertising agency. In 2 years, we could grow into a team of 7, get on board pretty interesting clients, international clients from all around Europe. And I had to let it go. You know, I had this idea. I was running on passion and hope and hustle, like without much experience. I was still in my 20s. And that was like a powerful crash for me. In 2009, the market really shifted and I had no way to actually navigate through that challenging time. And so it was just like flat on, falling on my face, giving my best, and it was just not enough, far not enough. So I even borrowed some money, get into the minus first time in my life, and I just had to kind of let it go. I felt like it was my body. I really loved it. I loved what we did, and I couldn't really believe. So that pain of not allowing it to go, you know, not allowing to understand what's actually happening, and the circumstance was just pushing through me. And that pain of being forced to surrender basically was just horrendous. It was the first time in my life I had to kneel on my knees and just freaking ask for help, you know, like, God freaking help me. I just don't know what to do here. And so that was a major point in my life where I shifted a lot of things.
So what changed for you? How did you come out of that?
Well, first off, I took a lot of time off. I really didn't understand why that was happening. I didn't understand what I did wrong. So I took a lot of time off, figure out how to pay back the people I took money from. And then I started to just like another journey opened. That pain was hard enough for me to start asking different kind of questions. And so I ended up reading different kind of books, hanging out with different kind of people. And in about a year, I ended up in Hawaii, Kauai Island, experiencing a total new blueprint. Like it was the start of this location-free movement, team ferries, 4-hour work week, all of that kind of stuff. And I just stepped into a space where people were surfing, living healthy, radiant, jamming their online businesses, having virtual assistants and all that stuff. And to me, it was just freaking, I don't know, heaven.
I really love that you brought that up, because I think something important that a lot of people don't realize when they're shifting careers or shifting businesses is to take that time to push the reset button, right? To really go inside and figure out who am I? What's important to me? What am I passionate about? And what would I love to do in the future? Jay, when you step back and into that entrepreneurial role, into relaunching your own business, what was the first marketing method you used to make your first couple dollars online, and what did that feel like?
Do you mean after the crash or before?
Yeah, after.
Well, after, basically everything changed because my business model and my understanding of myself providing services changed. Before we were an like location-based agency. We had offices, people, employees, like just a general, agency running stuff. After that, I really started to ask how could I, where is value coming from? How could I generate value? How could I deliver this value? And who I should hang out and deliver value to make sense, And so this was like total, like a different understanding and perception of myself working with people. And so the first client I got after the crash was actually in Kauai, just the guy I met on the beach. And I could use what I already knew to kind of help him out. It was some marketing stuff and some kind of design, branding, marketing stuff. Yeah.
That's great.
So it happened organically without me even knowing I'm moving forward with my new kind of journey. Yeah.
Right. So what about today? What's your favorite marketing method? What's your favorite platform that you use to drive sales and leads for your business?
I really focus on presence. I really love asking my kind of intuition for every major step I'm doing now. I love presence. I think it's the most powerful thing in the world, to be present with people, to be able to listen, to be able to truly connect. And so I use a lot of presence and techniques that really get me present every single day. And then through presence, I connect deeply. I love to connect with other people, other souls, other businesses, other missions, other projects. And that truly inspires me. And then I allow my kind of inner genius to sprout new ideas, new models, new visions. And I love to craft them into something that is then actionable so that they can get on board, start using them, test them, and we grow from there. So
you gave me some great advice a while back. Jay and I were actually in a mastermind together, and his advice to me was, because I was looking for more clients, and his advice for me was, don't reach out looking for clients. Don't reach out looking for that business connection. Reach out, be empathic, listen to others, and the business will come. But the connection is far more important. So, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. And I really agree, like try it on. Each time we try these kind of things, I think market is craving for true connection, like connection before intention of selling, but it could be intention of giving, of supporting. And so with different intention, you get different results, right? And so I think this connection is a kind of a funding piece I'm now standing on. So awareness and connecting from that awareness to people, and that gave me like amazing power to actually connect, to actually listen and find solutions that are invisible on a first sight. If you're marketing something out loud, you don't really hear what's going on. You can hardly understand what these people really need. And the more you're able to actually connect to their true why and the core of what they are actually trying to achieve, you become, you're automatically on their page. And so we can really discuss stuff really fast. And with today's technology, like Facebook Messenger, it's just amazing how many people you can connect with and develop relationship with and bring value up front. You can send concepts, texts, videos, PDFs. You can just deliver a gazillion of value up front. And we're not even talking about what we can do. We're just demonstrating true and deep care for humanity, for you. Yeah.
Jay, tell me, if you lost it all again tomorrow, if you hit the rocks again, you had no network, you had no email list, you had no nothing, how do you get started again?
Connecting. Again, I would go back to presence. I would find out why that happened and I would move forward. I would thank that journey again, because each time we are being challenged, I believe we are being asked to listen, to actually really find the real cause of this challenge. And if you do this kind of the most loving, self-loving process, I think you will discover a lot of gold, a lot of school, a lot of tips, a lot of insight. And through this, you can grow infinitely. So the more you're present with your life and with what's happening, the more you can grow, because you're in tune with what's happening, with the reason of why that is happening. And you can implement it on the fly. So I think it's like a self-love ritual kind of. And so I would do the same, get really clear on why this is happening, get present and connect to people from that presence. Now, it's not just like a woo-woo kind of, spirituality, business kind of spirituality, but I think these are like the funding blocks so that you can then be more strategic about this as well, be more like implementable, be more plug-in. But it really starts with this kind of funding blocks. And I love when the strategy comes through, that it's absolutely match for what other people is trying to do, and wouldn't even be able to see it or visualize it or articulate it, and you do this for them. So the depth of connection for me, it's true magic. Like, it's my landscape. This is my playground.
Right.
So I would do something like what I did after my first crash.
So tell me, what's the number one marketing hack that you use today to defeat all others?
Really important in my business was really figuring out the sales part. Like, I was running on passion and hustle for so long that I just didn't know there's something called sales, and that there's like prospecting and follow-up sequencing and all of that stuff. For me, this was like something you do when you're bored or when you don't know what you want to do. You then go into the spreadsheets and do all that stuff. But actually, this missing piece was like maybe the most important thing I found out after that crash, and really had helped me to create more consistency and more stability, more flexibility in what I do now. So in one way, I really love presence, connection, spirituality, I don't know, just truth of why we're together. And on the other side, really hacking it through strategy. Yeah. So that's something that is plugged in to somebody's business and creates results upfront in a magical way. And I think listening is the key here.
What's the thing that you're going to be focusing on? The game is always changing. The marketing principles pretty much always stay the same, but the tools change. What are you going to be educating yourself in 2017 and beyond?
I think really how to leverage this wonderful technology of social media. So how to really get connected, and like how to create a high touch experience and semi-automate or automate it. So I'm really thinking here on Facebook Messenger, Facebook bots, and really creating layers that we haven't been used to, like creating a high touch environment where everything is customizable, meaningful, and basically leverageable from the business aspect. So I believe we have a huge potential just in front of us. And also technology like augmented reality and virtual reality will give people who are in a coaching business or consulting business, I think, huge advantage, because we will be able, our connection, on distance is going to become more intimate, more juicy, more real. And I'm really looking forward to that. So your ability to create value now is by far the greatest ever, I think, in human history.
And it's only going to get better. What marketer inspired you the most on your journey?
Well, so kind of maybe Tim Ferriss was crucial at that time of shifting mindset to this kind of location-based old kind of way of understanding yourself and your business into nomad, into total freedom of purpose, time and space, and financial freedom. So that 4 types of freedoms became like number one priority for me. And then growing business from that freedom is like a game. It's like a play. Everything becomes gamified and inspired. And so that was really what I was looking for before I even knew it. So I think he was really important one. And then Seth Godin as well with his tribes. I love that book, and how new technology and ways of connection allows us to step into a leadership position without being, a state, like a head of state or anything like that. So I believe we are now being called into a leading position to lead and connect with our tribes, inspire, motivate, and really help them step into more of their greatness. And I think Seth Godin opened my mind that it's actually, I don't need to wait for, when I will be great. It's like we have greatness right now, and we can demonstrate and share and articulate it. So
beautifully said. What is your, I have a feeling everybody already know the answer to this question, but what's your favorite either marketing app, book, program? What's the thing that made the biggest change for you that you could recommend to our listeners?
Maybe the best app right now for me is ClickFunnels, a simple platform where you can set up your marketing funnel. Because it's easy to use, it really works well. It's easy to test concepts on that platform. It's easy to share what you have already created with your clients. So that's really cool. Facebook Messenger is just like a thing that I use daily and find all my clients now on. So is becoming crucial. We're just like discovering now and researching how we can leverage that, how we can build a team around that. Favorite book? I don't know. I'm always in between like marketing strategy and spirituality. So in one way, maybe Seth Godin Tribes was really important for me. Like it turned on my, just like my insight into me being able to actually manage, and step into this leadership. That was just foreign to me prior to that book. I think it was huge kind of
wake up call. Yeah. It's like the blending of those two different spheres, right? Because it used to be business is over here, spirituality is over here. They do not mix. And I know so many people that, and myself included, I've been there too, who try to be the person who's going to get the business results instead of being you and attracting the tribe that's going to then create the business of your dreams.
Wow. That's so important. I think we help right now a lot of people that kind of struggle to create a workable symbiosis out of these two aspects, because we all feel like we are all opening up spiritually and we're growing, and we are deepening. A being who is deepening its dimension of, compassion, care, love, connection. And on the other side, you need to freaking survive. So you need to be the one who takes care of the family, kids, your business, and like creating a symbiosis out of these two aspects was one of my kind of most passionate projects, I would say. And I could finally do it through Be More Academy. We help a lot of people actually undress a lot of what they have learned for this symbiosis to actually work. Because I think there was never two compartments of being. There's actually one being where everything sprouts from. And just like different mindsets or different prisms through like prisms maybe of understanding and perception are creating this virtual two different beings. And one is for home and friendship and connection, and another one is being out there in business and jam your stuff, But I think it's really powerful where you allow yourself to actually create a symbiosis in between these two kind of beings or like aspects of your being, and really leverage that. Because like marketing is craving for true connection and true care and true love and compassion. I truly believe this. Like I use this daily now. I connect to 100 people, like 150 people a day now, systematically. And I cannot tell you like how easy it is to create relationships and trust and when you're being you, when you allow yourself to be real, nothing less than you. Not being somebody who needs to help or whatever, like be you,
right.
and nothing less than you, but also allow your fullness to shine. And this, I don't know, it just inspires me to move so powerfully forward and use the technology with this intention, to create more freedom of expression, create more freedom of true vision that we are holding in our hearts. And I was living in Bali for 3 years and connected to a lot of people who went through some kind of spiritual transformational journeys, either through lack of kind of health or finance or business or whatever, just like people hanging out and trying to figure out why the heck we're here. And I could see so much brilliance. When we get real, I believe we shine the most. Like the most brilliant part of us is actually under that me, the entrepreneur, me, the caretaker, me, the somebody that needs to know something. Actually, when you allow yourself to be guided through your intuition, you really are open and fine-tuned into your utmost infinite power. And when you experience this daily and practice it and celebrate it, it's freaking, I don't know, it's like you would be like 100x in every aspect. And it is truly infinite. Like when you research the lives of people who really have created amazing stuff that's changed generations, maybe centuries, you really find out their magic was always in connection, in connection to their core, into their deepest nature, where everything starts to flow and flourish and is absolutely relevant and real. And so when I started to experiment with this, and when I write now, I try to write from that space, even if I'm like in my head and I'm hitting my stuff, like daily stuff. I take like in the morning, in the evening, and now more and more throughout the day, I connect to this space and I write stuff. And sometimes it goes in a total different direction, and then I ask it to actually become relevant to what I try to do, and it comes back. So you can reframe it in a relevant way, but it's always the juiciest place to exist from for me and to assist from. So yeah, I'm sure you can feel my freaking passion for this, because it totally changed my life, and it changed who I am and how I show up. So I'm always sharing this stuff with others.
Juicy. I love it. Jay, it's been an absolute pleasure spending time with you. I would love to continue this for hours, but I want to give you an opportunity to let our listeners connect with you. How can they find you?
Well, you can find me through bemoreacademy.com, bemoreacademy.com. This is a space we have created a 6-month program to help people bring their passion online. And normally we would work with people who didn't yet leverage their knowledge, their wisdom. These are people who have like offline business. They're kind of consultants or healers or chiropractors, now even writers, musicians. And they haven't had this experience yet with how much, like how web can be, like how online program can be an amazing business vehicle to expand and reach other people throughout the world. And once you do this, you can finally create more freedom of time and finance for you, by by being more who you are. So this is what we focus on right now.
Wonderful. So check out bemoreacademy.com. Jay, it was an absolute pleasure speaking with you, and I look forward to continuing this conversation.
Sure. Likewise. Michael, Thank you for bringing me on, and thank you for being insisting for the 3rd time to actually get our heads and our hearts together to kind of jam this jam. Yeah.
Love it. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.